Hi there, Evangeline here. So, yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the Friday evening silent meditations here at Place of Peace. This is sort of the place where we sit, although actually it's over there, right in front and beyond. Well, let me show you. There's this beautiful view. And so we sit here. Oops. Friday evenings. It starts at 6. And I mean, you can read about the structure of it, and maybe I'll speak about that in a sec. But really, I want to talk about the reason I offer this. And I think most honestly, most deeply, the reason comes from my teacher Adyashanti definitely is such an influence on like the practice of silent meditation, the importance of like giving yourself to a practice. And so um, it's not like an event. It's practice. And that's why I do them every single Friday. It's like practice, practice. And in those silent meditation sits, we can just give ourselves um, so many things like to the quiet, to what our souls are most committed um, to listening to God rather than beseeching or asking or demanding. And I'll say a bit more about all that in a sec. But first, I want to say, so Adyashanti, enormous influence on me. Um, and then the this land, place of peace. It's just it's almost an honor of the amount of vastness and beauty and quiet and like embodied ground that's here. And it I think it helps call forth that in each of us, like the actual location draws forth, evokes those deep qualities that are like equal in us, to the degree we feel them, like to the degree we can feel the ground or the bedrock here. There's that ground bedrock in your being, and having it displayed here with such just such generosity and grandeur. I think it helps us notice and develop those real key, like soul parts that all of us share, which, to name a few, are stillness, silence, quiet, um, that deep, velvety black. And when we practice, and again, there's that idea of the Friday being the practice. So when we give ourselves to something other than the mind, other than the like figure it out, gotta know, this is what I know, like this conceptual locus of perception up here, the more kind of drain or meld our energy, our attention out of that and give ourselves to maybe perceiving silence from the heart. And I want to stress that this can sound like, if this is new language to you, it can sound really floofy or abstract or esoteric, and it is not. I am talking about actual things that are in each of us, and the only reason it sounds abstract, if it does, is that you haven't touched those places in you. Now, some people, it's I like to use a lot of words because these facets. Everyone will have kind of touched or have a natural propensity towards one of these facets. So the more words I use, sort of the better. Peace is one of them. Patience. One of my clients had sturdiness. Just tune into this great sturdiness. And I'm doing it right now. Like I naturally tune into a quiet. but it has a lot of other attributes too. And when you tune into that or give your awareness to that, rather than this like, particularly like a mind that's overcome with anxiety or fear or anger, when you give your attention, I'm doing it right now. Oh, here comes Izzy. She might join us, to that peace, that quiet. It develops your ability. One, it grows it. So you have like, you actually have a bigger capacity. It's not capacity. It's like you have a bigger reservoir of um, uh, whatever that facet of your being is. You can access it more easily, right? And there's neuroplasticity in here. I'm just not going that route right now, but certainly what I'm talking about has, I imagine, all kinds of wonderful neuroplastic um, attributes. And I just am so excited about that. I'd love to learn more about that. Um, and so over time, and again, remember, it's a practice. And for any of you, I'm like a gym rat. Who would have thought? But I am. So I love going and working out. I probably go and work out somewhere at least 6 days a week. And as you work out, and I'm fortunate to have my body such that I can do that right now. When you work out physically, you get stronger, right? And you can sustain more of an endurance in certain areas, right? And so it's the same with this. When you work out, I kind of, seems sort of sacrilegious to call it that, but when you work out, these work out by giving your attention to these deeper facets of your being, they grow. They don't actually grow because they're already there in their absolute infinite completeness inside each of us, but your ability to sense them and abide in them, and then sort of like operate from them. My cat's coughing up a hairball right now, so it's all reality. Um, and then when you, over time, as you develop that ability to sit in the truth of your being, then you can start to do things differently in the world. And part of why I feel like really want to offer this right now, this weekly practice of meditation, is because I think we need that. I think we need to move out of like fear, anger, blame, um, like out of this consciousness that has gotten us in the world where we are now. We need to know how to move out of that and drop into like a deeper wisdom. Because when you spend time in all these places, right now, I guess I'm doing the heart. When you spend time here, insights just come, and they don't come via that route we're used to in the West, which is to think about it and figure it out. Often, just spending time in the quiet and like bringing that to bear on a situation, a little hairball, sweetie pie might come up here right now. When you bring that quiet, that whatever that facet of being to bear, kind of shine or be with whatever is going on in this outer world. Sometimes, paths forward and resolutions and ways of being are much easier to, like, you're shown ways to be. You're shown solutions. Okay, this is probably getting super long for just an intro, but this is oh, and one other thing I forgot to say. When you practice with other people, it's sort of like going to the gym or being in a team sport. Like just being with the other people brings so much more depth and sort of like power to your ability to meditate. And so I think it's really important that we meditate, or I could say prayer. I could use the same word, or the word interchangeably with meditation. So I think it's really important to do this together. right? Do it as a group. And then that connection that's so yearned for, there's just a natural connection with a group when you're meditating or praying with them. Okay, thank you. Come on over, but check the website first to make sure you know the start dates.